A hook. Yeah. So when I do this, then you will cast and it will say hook. Good. Yeah, you can say it too. That's great. Okay. Let's see. I need a goat. Will you be my goat? Okay. Right here. A goat has big horns and likes to ram into things. All right. So when I indicate you, you're going to. You got to get the knee action in there. All right. Let's give it. And we will say goat. Let's try it.
Goat.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. And you two, right here, you're going to be the boat that I want to build to escape from this island, okay? Can you join hands together? You're a team also. And when I indicate you, you'll go around in a circle, okay? And we will say boat. All right. So let's try some of these parts. Ready?
Hat.
Grease.
Hut. Hook. Boat. Goat. Spring.
Good. I think we're ready. All right. Have you ever heard of Winnie the Pooh? Yeah. A. Milne, who wrote this story, also wrote Winnie the Pooh. Now, Winnie the Pooh's not in the story, but this is also from his writings. Okay, here we go. There was an old sailor my grandfather knew who had so many things that he wanted to do that New Year's resolutions can be like that. You know? Whenever he thought it was time to begin, he couldn't because of the state he was in. He was shipwrecked, and he lived on this island for weeks. And he wanted a
Hat.
and he wanted some
Briefs.
and he wanted a net or a line with a
Hook.
for fish and shrimp and turtles and things that you read of in books. And thinking of this, he thought of a thing which he wanted for thirst, and that was a
Spring.
Then he thought that, well, to talk to, he'd look for, and keep if he found it, a
Goat.
or some chickens and sheep. And then, because of the weather, he wanted a
Hut.
with a door to come in by, which opened and shut with a jerk, which was useful if snakes were about, and a very strong lock to keep savages out. He began with a fish hook, but when he'd begun, he decided he couldn't. Oh, because of the sun, so he knew what he ought to begin with, and that was to make or to find a large sun-stopping
Hat.
He was making a hat with some leaves from a tree when he thought, I'm as hot as a body can be, and I've nothing to take from my terrible thirst. So I'll look for a spring, and I'll look for it first. He started and then said, oh dear. And, oh dear, I'll be lonely tomorrow with nobody here. So he made in his notebook a couple of notes. I must first find some chickens.
Goat.
He had just seen a,
Goat.
which he knew by the shape when he thought, but I must have a,
Boat.
for escape, but a
Boat.
means a sail. That means needle and thread. So I better sit down and make needles instead. He began on a needle and thought as he worked that if this is an island where savages lurk, then safe in my hut, I'd have nothing to fear, but now they might suddenly lurk in my ear. So he thought of his
Hut.
and he thought of his
Boat.
and his
Hat.
and his chickens and
Goat.
the
Hook.
for his food and the
Spring.
for his thirst, but he never could think what he ought to do first. And so, in the end, he did nothing at all, but basked in the sun wrapped up in a shawl. And I think it's dreadful the way he behaved. He did nothing but basking until he was saved.